have you heard what's happened to Gippy Grewal?
I think I saw something. He got threatened. Did he get threatened?
That's it. The backstory is a bit weird. Basically, what's up, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Doctor Podcast. Merry Christmas for everybody that is listening, because this episode is coming out Christmas week. So we hope you enjoy this non-Christmas related special, but we will wish you the Merry Christmas. You know, I got shit for actually saying this the other day. People were DMing us saying, "Is Jesus your mama?" And I was like, "Yes, I worship him every day." Is
Jesus your mama?
And the guy said, "I was joking." I said, "I was joking too." I wasn't really. I was like, "Yeah, shut up, you little bitch." But anyway, sorry.
Why mama again? Why not Chacha?
I don't know, man. He was just being weird.
On that note, Bobby Chacha messaged me and said, "Listen, Chache can be cool."
Told you.
Yes,
Told you. See, you can't be rattling Bobby Chacha. You can't be doing this.
I'll tell you, man. Bobby Chacha is formed a union for all the Chache and all the Dadke. But what's interesting is that obviously like EK's come along. So based on when you get married and when you have kids and stuff, you become a Dadka and a Nanke. So you might like Nanke, but then in some position you're now the Dadke. So like we're the Dadke for EK now. So I'm like,
That's a good point.
Okay. So one of those things. I saw the other thing that somebody said as well. I'm not sure if that was meant as a joke. Well, it's factually is correct. Okay, Alexa's doing something over there.
Tell me more. Go on.
So Christmas Day and Boxing Day and the 27th.
Sit back a bit, man. You're way too close to the camera, actually. Go on.
Really? I've moved the thing all the way back.
You're very close. You're very close.
How about now?
I'm looking at my framing and your framing, and it looks very... Okay, that's a little bit
okay?
better. Yeah, fine. Yeah, go on. Carry on.
So 25th, 26th, 27th, generally in the UK, we'll also remember the shorter sahibs of the Shaheedi.
Yes,
so they
we were told about this as well.
There'll normally be a camp. And so that's that time where Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj's two youngest sons gave Shaheedi, the youngest two martyrs, age 5 and age 7. And if you go to Fatehgarh Sahib Gurdwara in India, which me and Shindy went to actually in February this year, I've been to before as well, you'll see the Burj, which is the tower. So the Thandi Burj is where Chote Sahibzade, they were there the day before with their grandmother. And then the next day, when you go into Fatehgarh Sahib, you go down and you can see the original Itta, the bricks, where they were bricked alive. And it's still there to be seen.
Mad.
Yep. So very important to remember. The Sahibzade's Shaheedi.
Yep.
Yep.
So there you go, man. Hope everyone's had a nice time off. I hope you're all listening to this the week of. Maybe you're in the new year. If so, Happy New Year, Anything's possible. Who knows? I don't know your listening schedules, people.
All bases, aren't you here?
I am, because people have different schedules. Maybe you listen to this mid-year and it's summer. Happy summertime. I don't know.
Easy, bro. All right. So like with anything, you've got that thing, and you've got the early adopters on the graph, on the bell curve, right? Yeah. The day comes out, the minute it comes out, bang, message, comment, DM, love this episode, didn't like this episode, Indy's silly boy, or wherever it comes out.
Congrats to Gudden. The amount of congrats to Gudden messages we got last week. Hi.
Yeah, I was going to come to that. I was going to thank you very much to everyone who reached out, sent a message. Those who reached out in DMs, I sent you a voice note. Thank you so much. I also did have a message about somebody asking about pregnancy related things and trying for a baby. So like I said, and I'll say it again, very happy to speak about these things. So just privately DM, personal account or Indian doctor account, no issue. I'll talk about it. So yes, you got the early adopters, then you have the mainstream people, and then you have the guys who discover us and then go back and watch all of our episodes. Those people are my favorites now.
Shout out to those guys, man.
Do you know what I mean?
They remind us of how bad we were.
You get this comment on like episode 60. I'm looking at the thumbnail, it's blue, my head's been cut out, and there's no parka, and I'm like, who is that guy, man?
The guy who didn't care. That's who it is.
Clearly. I saw a clip the other day where it's to sit on the desk and you can't even see the mic. So the mic must be like really far away from me, because I know I had that time at the desk. And I was listening to the audio and I was like, this is terrible, man. I was like, why would anybody watch this? That was the first thing I had, Indy. And then the other thing is, I don't know how it came up. There's a clip about abortion in Texas we talked about a long time ago. It was one of our reels, right? And I looked at it and I was like, why are we talking about like random stuff, man? We used to talk about we were basically like a news channel. And I was like, no wonder nobody watched this stuff, man. I was like, I don't want to watch this stuff. I was watching. I was like, what? Not that obviously it's an important issue we were talking about, but it was just really, random. I remember we talked about abuse in the police force and Paniki. We used to talk about some random stuff.
You know
So
why?
thank
'Cause
you
you let
for
me go
getting this far.
wild.
Huh?
You let me go wild, and I was
Oh
thinking,
man,
okay.
like, yeah. And you're much. Wow, you're much in these episodes, man. It's like
I used to care. Yeah, I used to care. Now I'm like, it is what it is. I ain't got time for this. All right.
Do you know that name I gave you? What was it? Creepy Kata.
Mm.
How about careful Kata?
Why am I careful?
Caring Kata. How about that?
Why am I caring?
You used to care about you much and stuff. You don't care anymore.
I used to, but not
Yeah.
anymore.
No,
I sometimes I do it for big episodes.
Bro,
On the Overfresh episode, I was supposed to, but I forgot, and I was like,
no, it was so extreme. It was so extreme, man. I was looking at it, and I was like, your much is just hanging off, man. Like I've said this to you before in the past, man. It's like, guys, if you don't know this reference, it's like if you go to the gym and you're going to do pull-ups, wide grip pull-ups like this.
The
right?
wide
You know,
grip
the ones
bar.
that give you that V back. That's Indy's much.
The other one's like motorcycle handles. Boom, boom.
Yeah. I find that that's like the India guys. You know, the India guys that go down and then they do the little flick right. So
that's weird to me. Yeah.
You know that. You know what I'm on about.
That.
So we prescribe more to that. I mean, yours is like here somewhere.
I love it.
Mine's more conventional, but the India style is like that. Yeah. So anyway, also guys, look, I've coined this section, this segment, the peritainment. Let me know what you think about that.
Preamble.
Preamble, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, preamble.
No one calls it preamble. Why are you doing that?
I'm calling it preamble now, mate. I'm coining
this. Like you're ginormous and you're
coining it. Ginormous is a word. Look, don't do this to me.
I'm not saying it's not a word.
Good.
I'm saying it's like that. You just make up words,
Good.
don't you?
Good.
What? Yeah. What was the other one you had? You had another word. Brain spasm.
Braingasm.
Braingasm. That's it. Yeah,
Braingasm.
You're just a funny guy, aren't you?
Thank you.
You ready?
I see my niece's cot in the corner, but yeah.
Yeah. So I discussed this with Shindy today, and I was like, we're a podcast. I've had a baby. I'm not going to hide it. That's really a lot of work to keep moving it each time. So I'm just going to leave it there. I've got a funny story about that. I'll tell you about it. I told you about it, and you nearly couldn't stop laughing, remember?
Oh, I can't remember.
I
can't remember, so now I'm getting amnesia.
You'll love it because then you get to relive that experience.
Tell me.
All
right, go on. Ready? Give me my jingle bell.
1, 2, 3, 4. Confessions of Brown Monday.
Wow, that was very enthusiastic.
I know, like proper.
Yeah. Clap your hands, everybody. Gospel
days,
o'clock. That's what it is.
Happy days.
Oh,
it's
happy
confessions
days.
of Indy. Confessions of Indy. There's so many confessions. He's a dookie banda.
Thank you.
That picture you sent today, Sania, in the group. And I was like, you have never, ever looked this happy.
I have.
You have never looked this happy.
Wedding day.
You are just... okay, but that one day. Are you doing this move?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. You've got a cracker, haven't you? Come on then, son.
Tell me about the cot first. Tell me about the cot.
So, guys, what you can see kind of... where's my ungly? Kind of over there. There we go. Perfect. Right. You can see I'm wiggling at it now. It's called the Next to Me crib. Do it free marketings from mums and papas. So when you have a baby, you have to obviously decide where the baby's going to sleep. Now you can co-sleep. If you're going to do that on the bed, you have to do it in a safe way. If you look at the Lullaby Trust, it will show you positions about how you should position. The basic premise is you don't want to roll onto the baby. As simple as that sounds, that's a risk. So you don't want to roll onto the baby. The baby can't suffocate. So you have to make sure, for example, when you put a blanket on them, you don't put it up to here. You put it up to the nipple line. No hats on because the head is the only way they regulate the temperature. So topi's on, all the heat's there and they get too hot. So then the other options are you can have like a Moses basket, which we have downstairs, or a bassinet, or you can have what we call the Next to Me crib. So, and look, when you come to baby shopping, guys, you'll realize there's so much kharcha, man. And obviously you go to these baby stores and you speak to people, and the thing always is that you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know what you don't need. But you want to be prepared. Like, who doesn't want to be prepared?
They give you the hard upsell.
No, not really. The thing is, it's more you kind of sell it to yourself because you see something and it's FOMO. You're like, what's that do? When would you use that? And then they tell you and you're like, I could see myself using that. I could see myself
Exactly.
using
That's the upsell.
that.
That's
Right,
the upsell.
but it's such a soft sell. They're not trying to close you. You don't have to close you. They're like, it's a baby. You don't know what you're doing, and it's up good learner. Right, we just wait. It's just a
Man, you
waiting
could
game.
easily prey on all of those mental insecurities
Mate,
on people.
if I was a salesman,
You'd be top salesman.
I would clean up, man. I was there, and I was like, yo, me and some NLP. I was like, if it were me, and I am parent, right? So then you have that second level of, I've been through this. I'm not talking about like kind of from no experience. This is what I would get. There is this, but for me, and here's why. Because when you have this is how you're gonna feel. If you anchor everything in an emotion, and remember, like when you're selling the Gaddi, it's not about the Gaddi, it's not about the cylinders, it's not about the gear change. It's about how you're gonna feel when you're driving that Gaddi. What does that Gaddi represent to you? That's the key question. That's always a question. When I'm going to coach somebody and I'm doing stuff with them, it's like, okay, you want to do this, but what does having this or doing this represent to you? Once we know what that is, we can anchor it into that. Now you have your why. Once you have that why, now it becomes personal. That's how you sell an interview.
What a fucking con artist.
I know. So good at that. No, there's no con in it. I'm just being genuine. Like, unless somebody has a strong enough reason to do something, unless it becomes a must and not a should, you won't do it. If I make you going to the gym a must, you will do it. If it's a should, you might do it, you might not do it. So you got so that's the next microbe, right? And obviously, so we come back and like kind of the first 24 hours. Hanji, question.
Adjust your mic forward. No, the angle of it. There you go. That's it.
Hey,
because your lips were doing this, and I couldn't see you speak, and it was getting really annoying. Thank you.
I can just not speak. Would that make it easier for you?
Jesus,
do you want a podcast from your end?
So dramatic.
Okay, here we go. Right. So, yes, the first 24 hours, 48 hours, baby getting used to not being in the womb is generally a little bit drowsy. Like good drowsy. You get just like really shant and you're like, oh, parenting's easy. Baby just sleeps, no problem. Dodh pina, hello Shindy, dodh pilanu. Because she's breastfeeding, not because I don't want to help. Okay. Just want to clarify that here.
Make that very, very clear. Yes.
Breastfeeding. Okay. Right. And so then when you get home, and obviously you're not in a hospital, you're not midwives or whatever, there's no support staff. We get to the first night and we had Rupa staying over at this point. Shout out to Rupa, amazing birthing partner. And so I was here, like kind of in front of where the sofa is on the airbed. Shindy was there, Rupa was there, and then we had EK in the next to me crib. And so obviously in your head, Indy, you're thinking, darling, this is your bed. You sleep in your bed, we're in our bed. Because that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I bought you this bed, big investment, sleep in your bed.
Yeah.
So you go in, you just get to sleep and you tap, and she's nice and just really thing. And then you get to all these things in NCT as well, which is like, so when you put the baby down, one of the reflexes the baby has is the startle reflex, which is so basically if they were falling, they do that.
Yeah.
So when you're putting them down, what they say is if you put them down this side and then roll them back and keep your hand placed on the chest and then slowly move away, it's less likely because you don't want to have them asleep, put them down, then they'll wake up. Right. So you do all these techers, right? And you're like, man, I've got this. I've been to my classes. I watched YouTube videos. Man, proper. I was about to say something else. So I'm not.
You were going to say the proper.
Yeah, because you put it in my head today. You did, didn't you?
I did.
Right? You naughty banda. So, so you do that, and the first night, EK every like 10, 15 minutes, wah, and I was like, what's wrong?
I followed the instruction manual.
I know, man. Optimize full kitta. Tu apni bed ch pai hai. Inna badhiya bed is better than my bed. Inna polla. Like you put like special chadars on there, and it's like so smooth and silky, and like you just chill. Do something here. Anyway, so then we spoke to our friends the next day, and they said what you have to remember is when they're in the womb, they're all like this, right? So being in there, it's not that it's not nice. It's too much room, and they don't feel compact. And when they're on you, it's compact. They can hear your heartbeat. It's that not even skin to skin, but it's just basically your body. And so you're trying to mimic that. So what we then started doing from kind of day 3 onwards is we started swaddling. Do you understand what a swaddle is? Right. So swaddle, Indy. So imagine you got a piece of. I'll take this. Imagine this is the kapra I'm going to swaddle in, right? So you lay EK down right? You lay
Oh,
your
you
cake
turn
down.
into a burrito wrap.
That's it. Good lad. Right.
Burrito wrap. That's all you got to
Burrito
say.
wrapper. Don't need to do
Yeah.
it. Right. You burrito wrap your baby. So they're like this. Now, she was a bit modified because she had her hands out. She liked a bit of a rave, right? So she always had her
Yeah.
hands out. Like she sleeps like this as well. So we did that. We went to, so Shindy started expressing as well, which is really good, which meant I could get involved as well. And we started doing a slightly bigger feed at nighttime before when we were trying to sleep as well. And that just meant she was out for a little bit longer. So the combination of that, white noise, white or pink noise. So pink noise apparently is a frequency that babies use before white noise. Didn't know that, but I had to learn that. It's quite nice actually. You should listen to it. That Swaddle and the bigger feed meant she was better in there. And then the other thing is in the daytime you need to encourage, because obviously when a baby comes, you just want to hold the baby all the time because you love being with the baby. Like I love holding EK. I go to work, I come back, get my sling on, get in the sling. You've seen the sling. Maybe I'll post a picture of the sling. And I love it. And then, I just love holding her. I love her little feet, man. When her little feet come out, because she's always in an outfit. When her little feet come out and the actual skin's there, I just keep kissing her little feet, man. I just love it. When you see her little feet, when you come and see her, oh man, there's just nothing like it. There's little hands, there's little feet. And when your finger goes and she grabs your finger, oh my God, Indy, there's nothing like that, man. There's nothing like that in the world. That's just the best feeling ever, man. Now she's getting a little bit bigger and a bit more aggressive. She's actually pulling on my daddy as well. And I'm like, listen, you're not my gungi. You don't need to pull on my daddy. She's like, daddy. She obviously doesn't say daddy, but she looks for me, which is really good. This morning I was going to work and I turned around and Shindy was like, she's still looking for you. Just come back. I was like, okay, let's say bye to her. But yes, trying to get a baby to sleep on their own sounds really logical, sounds really simple, very hard. Okay. So that was the story about that.
I didn't die of laughter. I can't remember what I died of laughter about.
You did the first time I told you. No, it was the way I said it. I was like, tera bed hai. Sleep in your bed.
There you go.
That's what it was, right? I was like, why are you not sleeping in your bed? It was like, it just didn't make sense. That's what it was.
It bothers you. It bothers you.
No, it doesn't make sense, right? But then you're trying to be logical in something that's not logical.
Babies are not logical beings.
You say ladies or babies?
Babies. Well, both really, but yeah.
I see. I heard ladies because
ladies, babies, same thing.
That's what you say all the time. Right? Yep. Right, darling. Tell us your confession.
Listen,
and everyone, just brace yourselves. Brace yourselves.
This is a very important topic. Okay, this is what we call an indie special. All right. Oh, I come out. I say.
One second. Prefix this. I like that term because I'm going to use this coin. This going for indie special. Have we had anything prior to this on the podcast which has been an indie special?
Probably, man. God, and I come out with so much shit. I forget the things I have and haven't said on air. That's how much I chat. Okay, so this is what we call an indie special. So what happened was Garan is sitting there telling us that Shindy's breastfeeding. I said, this is great, cool. Then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, cool, great.
Breast is best.
Formula, breast, whatever
breast
they say.
Is best.
Breast
this is
best.
What you keep hearing, by the way.
Yeah.
People say they're not prejudiced. Trust me, man. People are very polarized.
They force it on you, bro.
Yeah. And people are they will say to you, you're not breastfeeding. Why are you not breastfeeding? Garan, why are you not trying? And this is how polarized people get.
Got it. You had the mum effort, to be fair. Yeah.
You saw that picture. You saw the picture I sent today.
We're gonna touch on that picture later. So hold tight. Hold tight, people. Hold tight. Yeah, we are. Hold tight. Okay, so. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, Shindy's breastfeeding EK. Then I thought, but when do you stop breastfeeding EK?
Right.
Like, how does that process work? Do you just stop producing milk? And you're like, yeah. And I said, yeah, but how?
Remember,
the
Sanj
milk
is
is
also
sitting
here.
there.
Sanj is on this conversation.
Yeah.
And me and Sanj, for a good 5 minutes, are not really understanding the question you're trying to ask. That's important to understand.
Yes. So I'm like, so the milk's in the breast.
Right.
The milk comes out the breast.
The pipes. Talk about the pipes.
Why did the pipes get replenished with milk? When does that process stop? When do you stop producing milk in the breast for you to stop expressing? Otherwise, you'll be, in my logical head, expressing until you're like 70. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, okay, wait.
Bitty.
How do
Bitty.
So I'm like, how do people stop doing this? And I thought, Garan, explain to me as a doctor. You looked at me like I was some kind of dumb psycho. You were like, I'm sorry, what?
No, because the first couple of answers that me and Sanju gave were basically, look, you stop when you stop on it. Like the baby goes to bottle, they go into solids. That's what we
Ah.
thought you were asking. Like, what age? But what individuals actually asking is when the mother has decided that there is no more breastfeeding to be done, the last part of the milk that is within the pipework, right, of the
Yes.
breast.
Yes.
What happens to that? He's like, does it magically evaporate? Do you have to empty it? Where does
Yeah.
it go? That was your question,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
That was my question. Do you have to empty it? Where does it go? Like, genuinely, I don't know.
And you genuinely were convinced that there were older women just walking around.
No, you guys made up this menstrual cycle. I'm not dumb. I said, obviously, they're not, right? But I'm thinking, how do you cross that bridge to go from expressing to non expressing? Yeah? Tell me. So, Garan, how does that happen? Please tell me.
So at the point where you're not being breastfed, you've gone to formula, you've gone to solids or whatever, you slowly taper it down. That's the first thing. So, for example, you'd do more formula, do more solids, still do a bit of breast, and you're just reducing the amount. So then your body is like, okay, if you're not expressing, either not expressing or you're not feeding, it's not coming out. I don't need to do
Expressing
this much.
basically means getting it out in it, yeah?
Does that need to be explained? Does it?
No, it
What-
does, because I'm trying to understand this
what
process
do
very
you-
logically. Look, there are going to be guys listening to this that don't understand what the fuck that means, okay? I am fighting for their reasons. I got you, boys. I got you, all right? I got you. You might not be in a relationship. You might not be married yet. I'm here for you.
Can you?
I will
ask
be
the
the
question?
martyr so
Yeah.
you guys can walk forth into the future with confidence, okay? You're welcome.
You have this
Right.
affiliation with martyrdom, don't you?
I really don't.
You really do.
I really don't.
I asked
Someone
you
has
to do
to
it.
walk
I
so
asked
other
you to
people
do
can
it.
run, you know?
I asked you to do it in Halo, and you just wouldn't do it.
I wasn't happy with it. I was like, why am I being the little bitch that's killing myself all the time?
Listen, it's about Bal.
My
We
kill to
take
death
Bal.
ratio at the end of that game was horrible.
Big Bal. We need to take Big Bal out. That's the key.
There you go. There you go.
You need to post also though that reaction of you when I was having my lesson here. Like people need to understand the level of overwhelm when talking about.
Man.
Do you know what I mean? Like you need to.
Yeah, I was bad.
Have we told that
I
story?
was bad. I don't know, man, but we'll come to that in a bit.
We'll come to
Anyway,
that story.
so
Yeah.
when she
so
stops
expressing
pushing out
means-
milk, yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah. And the value, and look, here's for guys again, if you want to know, indeed, the value of expressing milk is you're then not having to constantly be on the breast. It's obviously a lot quicker if it's in the bottle, and it means the father can also then feed. So it's a lot of value to it. And you can store milk. So all right, here's a good one for you, Indy.
And your wife can
Breast milk that's expressed, that's put in the freezer. How long is it good for?
How long is what? Sorry.
Breast milk that's expressed and put in the
Yes.
freezer. Now, come on, you got experience because you put bread in the freezer. You weird man. Is it a Kerala tradition that the bread thing?
It's a new thing that my mum learned, and then we've all adopted it. So yeah, only bread, not like brioche buns or anything. Bread.
Oh, because that would just be silly, wouldn't it?
Of course it would.
That
Of
would
course
just be
it would.
naughty.
Brioche buns have butter on top. That doesn't make sense.
No.
Why would you freeze butter? People
Why would
freeze
you-
butter
why
though.
would- yeah.
People freeze butter.
Indy freezes everything.
I don't. I haven't got enough space in my freezer. If I had a big freezer, I would though.
Yet. Yeah, I know you. See, point in case.
I
Point
would.
in case. So,
Thank you.
how long does frozen breast milk last for? Have a guess.
Technically forever, because everything in the freezer is fresh, isn't it?
Oh my god. Technically forever. Technically, yeah.
That's how desi people think, though, isn't it? Everything's fresh in the freezer. Shout out Paul
long,
Chowdhury.
Eddie long date. Hey, long date. That's what they say, innit? Have you heard that expression?
Yes.
Long date.
Yes.
Go
I
on.
remember sometimes I'd go to Asda. When
Uh-huh.
This is back when I used to have goat's milk as a kid, because cow's milk would flare up my eczema, yeah?
Mhm.
If you go there on a Friday night, there'd be no goat's milk. And then mum's like, well, we'll have to go and get the goat's milk from the other section. You know, the UHT, goat's milk.
Yeah.
That was extreme. Like you get that, it's not cold. It's just, yeah, it's milk, but it's not fresh or nice.
With that
Tastes
weird
horrible.
yellow milk.
Yeah, UHT. And I'm thinking, oh, that's got a very long day. That's 6 months long.
UHT sounds like university hospital or something, man.
There
I'm
you
thinking
go,
of UHT.
University Hospital Trust or something. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Tell me, Tara, you're avoiding it. How long? Freezer, breast milk.
I'd say 2 days.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? I want a
Yeah.
reaction. Ready?
Huh.
6 months.
Thick, yeah. See, fresh from the freezer. Thank you. Fresh from the freezer. Okay.
There you go.
Do you label it
Yeah.
with like a date and
Yeah,
time?
exactly. So I've got those labels.
knew
So
it. You
we
got a
haven't put it in the
labelizer and
freezer, but
everything.
we've been using the fridge. So breast milk that's been expressed and you leave it outside 6 hours. In the fridge, 4 to 5 days, and then in the freezer, 6 months.
Jello.
There you go. You learned
Very
something,
good.
yeah. So going back to it, you do a slow taper, and when your body understands, is everything's to do with negative feedback. It's a negative feedback loop. You're not needing it. I'll stop producing it.
So
The
if
milk
you
that's
leave
left
it in there for a while
in where?
and then you express it out,
In the pipework.
yeah, is that a way of telling your body, I don't need this that much anymore?
Sort of, but you've got to do it a lot less, because when you constantly express, your body will just keep producing it. Oh yeah, you keep expressing it, I'll keep making it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you leave
Yeah.
it there to hang for a bit, then
Yeah, exactly. So you slow it down, exactly, and then eventually,
see,
whatever the
my logic was
residual,
correct.
the residual dud in the pipes, which is what you're most concerned about. This is the thing. Then the thing with Indy, which I've learned only recently, is he has to close these little cycles in his head.
I do.
And if it's not, like, it's just like, oh my god, where does it go? What happens to it? I can't
what
move
happens
on.
to it?
That's the key. He's a bloody detective. It gets resorbed, and then it's forever gone, and then the pipes are just empty and
It gets
full.
what? So reabsorbed into your body?
Resorbed. Yeah, exactly.
Reabsorbed.
Resorbed is a word. It's a medical word.
But people who are normal
Yeah,
think of
yeah,
it
you
as
can say that.
reabsorbed.
Okay, all right, mate. Fine.
Again, fighting for the people, not the medics.
Oh.
In the vid. Kera, thank you.
In the future. You're just talking about yourself in the third person again, aren't you? Indy is
what I
not
do.
happy.
what I
Indy
do.
is concerned.
No, last night I was lying in bed and Sanj comes over and she's trying to hug me. I said, Indy is not happy with this. Indy needs to sleep. Right? Like, leave
Sorry,
me alone.
why are you getting a hug?
It was like 11:15 at night, and she just wanted to annoy me because she knew I'd just gone to bed. So she walks in, she's like, Indy. I'm like, I'm asleep. Not here, I'm asleep. And she turns the light on. Indy, I got my eye mask, I'm asleep. She said, Indy. And she comes over and hugs me, like, Indy. I'm like, Sanj,
This is the real
Indy's
confession.
asleep.
This is a real confession.
Indy's asleep.
I love it. You know what's great about that?
Don't do this.
What's great about this, and Sanj, I love you for it, is that the only reason she wanted to hug you was to annoy you. Like the primary intention is not care, concern, and love and nurture.
No.
This is, let's piss him off. Let's just chipuk to him. You know what chipuk means?
No.
Chipuk is a stick.
Knowing full well that I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to go gym.
Perfect. Thank you, Sanj. That's perfect. Indy is asleep. Indy is not happy.
Indy is not happy with this. No, Indy needs sleep. There you go.
Mr. Indy.
Yeah, there you go. So, people, thank you for explaining how expressing of breast milk happens. That makes me feel better. Coming back onto the next topic, which was you assembling all the equipment.
Yep.
If we covered this already, guys, I'm sorry. It still cracked me up. So, Gordon was showing me all the assemblies of every single 15, 20, 30 items he had after
I
the
was
baby
being
shower.
taught. I was being taught.
No. You'd already been taught. This was a recap.
No. This wasn't a recap. This is day one.
No, it wasn't. It was a recap because you said you'd been shown this a week before and you had the same reaction as me.
No, I got the stuff. I picked it up. I only picked it up. This is my first lesson. A week on, I had it again with Rupa, but I picked up the smart. Okay, to be fair, Party picture on me a little bit of the stuff.
This banda has about 4 different buggies. Okay. 3 different bassinets.
2, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, why can't you just have one for everything?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't one enough? And I'm sitting there, my mouth is doing the whole expression of people that have seen this. Yeah. Eyes like that. Eyes wide open, thinking, what the hell? My jaw hit the floor like.
Yeah, he was genuinely paralyzed. And
I was looking like, where does that go? Where does that big thing go? What? How did this small item turn into this big thing?
Yeah.
What just happened? There's too much stuff in this space, but it all fits. What?
Yeah.
So I was getting really baffled, and it's like that meme of that kid who's in America and he's being shown all these live animals in a class, and he's getting really excited. He's looking at it like,
and
then it gets shown around. And he does the whole like, yeah. That's me. That was me when you were showing me all the baby equipment, and Sandra's sitting there like, it's all right. Don't worry. We will figure this out when our time comes. And I'm sitting there thinking,
that wasn't the best part of a comment. Sandra's best part. Sandra's comment was, Indy, it's not about you. Just calm down. Everyone needs to learn. Just stop asking questions. Your time will come. It's so funny.
Yeah, I was asking questions. I was getting involved though.
No, fair play, man. Yeah.
But you said my face was your reaction to everything a week ago.
And look, all guys out there, it's like learning a different language, man. There is just so much. And the only thing I'll say is like some of the stuff you try and learn as if it's like an exam for example, I know that 1 ounce is 30 mils now. Like I just know it. I just know what ounces are. I never used the unit ounces before.
American.
Yeah. But you just learn all this stuff and you're like, this is what nappy looks like, this is how nappy goes, this is how you use a bottle warmer. Like, because you have to do it, and you have to do it. And I'd say, look, a big part of the dad job is you need to become very proficient with your gear and your kit. Know it inside out, how to clean it, maintain it, descale it, put it up, put it away. You just have to have that on lock. That's a prerequisite. Definitely part of the guy role.
Very good point.
Yeah. Think yourself as a sous chef, when you're in those types of roles. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Handled.
Do you want to tell me the next one?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
No, I gave
I
you
ended
a
up doing
cop
that
out
one
this
instead.
week because I covered your problems.
It's fine.
Shouldn't have done
all
that.
good.
Shouldn't have
don't
done that. Okay, fine. All right. Next
Lovely.
seg. Hanji Baji.
Bro, come on. It's not the NGO. Come on.
Listen, I don't know how to do this anymore. You've thrown me off so many times. It fucks with me.
Hanji Baji!
Listen, I ain't doing that. But you've done it. It's happy days. Congratulations. Thank you.
No,
We'll
but
move on.
come on, like make some effort.
Got
Man.
it.
Come on.
Have you heard?
You're good at it. Go on, have I heard?
Have you heard what's happened to Gippy Grewal?
Gippy, Mr. Polkari.
Have you heard about it?
I have not heard what's happened to Gippy Salman Khan. Isn't it Salman Khan?
Close.
I heard there was. I think I saw something. He got threatened. Did he get threatened? Maybe.
That's it. But do you know the backstory? The backstory is a bit
No.
weird. Basically, he's
Go
been accused, or not accused, I guess. He's sort of been hunted down in Canada by a gangster called Lawrence Bishoni, who's taking responsibility for people firing gunshots at his house.
Wait, what? Who's firing gunshots at whose house?
At Gippy Grewal's house in Canada. Very weird.
Somebody fired guns at his house in Canada.
This is from Times of India. In a shocking turn of events, reports are doing the rounds that Punjabi singer Gippy Grewal's house became the epicenter of a violent incident as gunshots rang out in the serene White Rock area of Vancouver, Canada, on Saturday.
Oh shit, man! You don't expect stuff like that. And then, sorry, who's the person who's thought to have done it?
This random guy is the infamous gangster called Lawrence Bishoni.
What, like,
Bishnoi, Lawrence Bishnoi. I don't know. He just wrote on Facebook saying he basically claimed responsibility for it, and then said you consider Salman Khan a brother, but now it's time for your brother to come and save you. Also, this is a message for Salman Khan: don't be the illusion that Dawood will save you. No one can. Your dramatic response to Sidhu Musiala's death did not go unnoticed. We all know the kind of person he was and the criminal associations he had. So what this sounds like is...
Say the last bit about Sidhu.
Your dramatic response to Sidhu Musiala's death did not go unnoticed. We all know the kind of person he was and the criminal associations he had.
Okay, so you're talking bad about Sidhu. And did you see what Katapa put out about his reaction to Sidhu's
I didn't, no. What did he do for Sidhu? I didn't see.
So basically, Katapa showed this clip where he instead of making it about Sidhu, he kind of co-promoted himself with Sidhu, and then just kind of made it about himself. And so everyone was like, okay, listen, if you want to give the guy props, then make it about him. We all know you're a singer, like, I get it, but you kind of co-branding with like one of the biggest Punjabi singer outside of Diljit. I understand why you do it, but that's just like, that timing is just...
So he made it about himself. Nice.
He made it about himself.
Okay.
Fine.
Why are people going after him though? That's what I don't get.
I don't get it. I don't get the beef.
I thought
What's
it's
this
some
got to do
kind
with
of like maybe anti-Punjabi nationalism, I guess. The closest thing I can do with it, because Sidhu was very against the nationalization of India.
But does Gippy talk about it?
I don't know, but he's getting threatened and shit. It's a bit dangerous.
And the thing is, I mean, look, Canada generally is considered a lot safer than India. Right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though, innit? If you've got a target on your back, they'll
clearly
find
doesn't matter, man. We had obviously that person,
Niger.
Yes, who got assassinated, and then obviously Trudeau came out and spoke against Modi and was like, "What's going on?" You know. So nowhere's safe anymore. You're right. If somebody has an agenda, they will come and find you. But again, look, I don't follow Gippy that much, but from the outside, you just think Gippy, nice guy, singer, does his own thing. For him to be sitting in Canada and to have like guns being fired at his house. That's crazy, man. That's yeah.
A little bit wild. I'm just trying to understand what's the motive. Like, what don't you like? Are you upset that he made the Sidhu thing about himself, or are you upset about the fact that he endorsed him and was sad about the death and spoke about it? And then now it's shifted to, oh, we're coming for you as well, bro.
It's like,
Okay.
are we coming after all singers? Like, it's dangerous
Nowhere
to be
safe
Punjabi, man.
for
Well,
Punjabi
yeah,
people.
Punjabis. Yeah, it's dangerous, man. Punjabi people with a voice, not good, man. Anytime you start saying Punjab, no Punjab.
Not looking good, mate.
And so was anybody hurt or?
No, it's fine. But again, to have shots fired at your yard, it's a bit worrying because they know where you live now. Really, if you deep it.
Yeah, exactly. You either got to move, you got to go to a compound and stay, you got to hire private security team. Like this stuff isn't cheap, man. And then
I always wondered this about security. If you hire security,
are they going to take a bullet for you?
Yeah, I don't think they are, big man.
Exactly.
I think they'll be like, you know what?
They're motivated to a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point though? It's like, okay, car's been rammed off the road. Yeah, cool. May as well take him. Fancy. I like my life. He's clearly dead, so I like my life having. Yeah.
It's a good point. Unless you're protecting the president and you're like Secret Service who like trained.
Yeah, then in which case, your family's gonna be looked after. You'll be remembered a hero. I get that.
Yeah, but they will actually take a bullet, for the president and stuff. That's a different thing. But you're right. Private paid security. I think they're motivated to a point. I think what you have to do when you have private security is have so many that that they feel safe because they've got their crew. If there's only a couple of them, they can be like,
Shit.
That's it. Go. Sorry. You pay me more money, I'll work with you, no problem.
That's it.
No, need to look into that, man. Maybe we'll ask Kenny. Kenny will know. Ask Kenny in the group and be like, what are the motivations for this attack?
It's too late now because by the time we find out, it'll be dead and this pod will be long gone. But it'll be good to know, I guess.
It'll be good. We'll close that loop, Indy. Close that loop.
I do need to close that loop. Thank you for being so very self-aware. My next question I've got, actually, people, if you have any theories, post them in the comments. Would appreciate it. DM us. Would appreciate that too. Help us understand. Thank you. My next question is a little bit different. So obviously it is Christmas time that people listen to this, hopefully. If you're a part of the bell curve that Godden mentioned.
Yep.
And you'll notice that not everyone is always in a good space at Christmas. They're always having their own thoughts or their own problems that come to the surface. Ever notice, Godden, though, that when you have your problems in life, they come to the surface, you speak about them at nighttime. You don't speak about them at the crack of dawn first thing in the morning. It's always like a nighttime, late night gala where you become loose and you just start saying everything. DMC. Why is that?
Have you heard this term, DMC?
Deep meaning conversations, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know this term. Somebody told me this term.
It's a great term.
You know what IRL means?
In real life.
Oh, bro, you're amazing banda, man.
Listen, I'm clued in. I'm clued in. Down with the kids.
Cool guy, yeah. This guy kept saying to me, Ali Abdal, Ali Abdal. So I was coaching him, and he started writing this stuff in his notes. I was like, bro,
name dropper, yeah.
Before we start, Tiga, I'm not lying, am I? I was like, what do these terms mean? He's like, oh, deep, meaningful conversation. And IRL, I thought we should do role play or something, like like role play, like, no, not role play like that. What's that thing called? In games when you play
cosplay.
No, not cosplay. Like, not Lord of the Rings, Age of Empires. Strategy, role play. I thought it was something to do with that. And he's like, in real life. And I was like, okay, that's definitely what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Showing.
But yes, you're right. It's just, I don't know. I think no one switched on in the morning. I mean, everyone's like waking up. They're just not. I think you can be ducky in the morning. But you're right. There's something about you're in the evening, you've had your food, you're cozy. Like, look, we went on that staycation. Actually, let me get it. 1 second.
Oh, Dickie. Godden's gone to go and get a postcard. Look at this. He's going to give away all our secrets of running our lovely shortillon with other people.
No, not the postcard.
Oh, meeting friends, the cards game.
Indy doesn't like it. When I pull this out, he gets scared. No work's going to get done now, is it? Put those cards away.
Put the cards away. We ain't got time for this. We ain't got time for this. You know what happens.
So shout out to these guys. I got this from the, it's in Dubai, what's it called? Museum of the Future in Dubai. There's the School of Life is the brand. They just some really awesome books. I read most of this stuff.
Great YouTube channel as well.
Huh?
Great
channel.
YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. So we went on a staycation and we had planned to watch this film, I think 3 nights in a row. It was that film on Netflix about the guy who's
Accused.
convicted of being a bomber or something, accused or something like that. And anyway, so why don't we just, you know, we'd planned to use these cards anyway. I said, why don't you play this game? And we got these cards out and we started playing. And we made it longer because we each took a card. There were 4 different themes, but then we each answered. So each person had to answer the card rather than just you answer the card.
Yes.
And so we had like 16 answers after 4 cards. About 5 hours in, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And for some reason, you'll not be surprised. If you're a regular listener, you will not be surprised by this. But Sanj and I often talk about this. It doesn't matter where we start in a conversation, the conversation always ends in Indy.
Why does it end with me, man? I don't get it.
Why me? I have no idea. I think maybe the theory Sanj and I have, you don't offer much resistance. Like once it goes onto you, even you start exploring it yourself, and then we just keep going and going and going. Whereas with ours, like we say an answer, it gets compartmentalized, then we move on to the next person. And so, but we made a meaningful effort to not do that. But that's a good example of what you're saying. It was just, we're in this cozy spot, we've had our food, Sanj drank all my Pepsi, and we just sat there and yeah, just went deep.
But why do we open up about this at night? This is what I don't get. Why not midday? Why not like 4 p.m.? Why has it always got to be late night, nothing really buzzing on TV? You know, I guess,
but remember, in a normal working day, it's because you're working, aren't you? But on holiday, like
on holiday, it's the same thing. You don't have it first thing in the morning.
Apart from you, who's like some weird.
I don't have it first thing in the morning. What are
you are hyperactive, man. You're so excited.
I'm hyperactive, but I am not.
You could have gone there.
I am not up there. No, I would not be up for having like conversations like that first thing in the morning. Like,
Indy, why?
Tell me your deepest vulnerability, and I'm like, I just want to have my cereal, my oats, and my honey, and my protein bar. That's all I want right now.
No, Indy wants to have food, do a poo. He's ready for the day.
That's it.
And be burped.
That's a great time. I don't need to be burped. Okay.
Come on.
I don't need that.
It's okay.
I don't need that.
I burped you. It's okay.
You didn't need to. I don't know why you did this. You were like tapping me, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm gonna burp in a second.
On my own.
Yeah. I'm a big boy.
To be fair though, that day we did do DMC in the middle of the day. Didn't we?
No.
Indy, why have we got this podcast?
Your wires crossed.
No, Indy, why do we have this podcast? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, and how shit were our answers?
No, we got there. It took us long.
But the answers became better in the evening.
Okay, but I'm saying we did do it midday.
Belly full of food, all that stuff, man.
My answer is generally in the day you're probably doing other stuff, like we were doing stuff in the day. Although when we were walking around, you end up doing a bit of DMC. That's the other thing. It's not just the night. I think it's when you go on long walks as well. Long walks. Nah. Yes, bro. When we were walking, we just start talking about stuff. You know that, man.
I don't agree. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
We are an exception.
Yes.
Normal people do not do those things. They just don't.
You don't think people, when they go on walks in nature and they go hiking, they don't talk. What else can you do when you're hiking?
No, I think they talk, but the deep conversations happen at nighttime when you're sitting there having that chat or whatever chat is necessary, or you guys have all sat there. Lights are a bit dim, you know, people turn their lamps on, sitting there with your cup of chai or lassi, whatever you want to do, and you just sit there. Yeah, you're sitting there, you're having your little chats, and then there you have it. You know, you open up about like, I've been really struggling with X, Y, and Z. See, it all comes out. It's just interesting as to something about the night where it just lures it out of you. That's genuinely how I see it.
It's a good question. Put it out to the people, see what they say. You're right. I think people are more comfortable. They're more comfortably vulnerable, relaxed.
I think they're tired as well, so they're more likely to open up.
Tiredness probably
less guarded.
Yeah. It's good though. People, please make sure you're having deep conversations. On that note, though, you did remind me about one Christmas very, 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 very long ago. I was at my Tata Chachi's house. And this is when Shindy and I went together. And Eastenders had their Christmas special. And in there, something was happening with Stacy and Max.
Right.
And they weren't getting together. And so I was, at this point, I was still trying to get with Shindy. We were kind of like, are we together? We're not together. And so she messaged me. She was like, listen, we're like Max and Stacy. She sent me this on Christmas Day. Yeah. So this is in the evening. And
is this the same Christmas Day where the leak came out with Bradley?
I don't know. I don't know which
on
Christmas it was.
tape.
No, that was well before. This is basically, I think Max and Stacy were going to run away or something.
Okay.
And anyways, and I think she said, must be nice. She said, no, I don't want to be with you or something like that. And so Shindy messaged me this thing. She's like, that's you and me. And I was just like completely broken. And then I even said to her, like, I don't know, a couple
You
of months
ruined
ago,
my
like,
Christmas.
why did you do it on Christmas? Like, how mean are you? This has become like a super confession, man. I was like, Shindy. And then Shindy's response now is like, we're together. We have a baby, right?
It doesn't matter.
You know what I mean?
Still hurt
Like,
me.
yeah.
You wounded me.
So much, man. I was just like, why would you do that on Christmas, man?
What was the justification for that, Karan?
Why are you asking me? You ask your
her,
best
man.
friend.
No, you must have asked her.
friend.
You must have asked her at this point.
She doesn't remember. You ask your best friend, who I now call Shindy, by the way.
Why?
I don't know. I said the other day, and she's like, I was like, yeah, you and Indy, like, now it makes sense, Shindy.
That's
Shindy, it doesn't sound that bad, does it? I was like, how have we not said this before?
That's fantastic.
Shindy, Indy and Shindy.
I love it.
There you go. So yeah, thanks for reminding me of that confession.
Anyway, people, drop us a comment below and let us know why people do that, man. I'm intrigued. I know I will be having conversations with people at Christmas, aka Gordon, when I'm there at his in about a week and a half's time, and he's sitting there and he's like, card, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I think your daughter's crying, and then off you go, and I'm like, but then, put the cards away.
But then we say, Ikam, but why are you crying, my darling? Why? Tell me. Come on. I don't want to know that you're hungry, or that you need burping, or you're tired. What is the real, deep-rooted reason?
Tell me the problem.
What is the meaning of your life, my love? Tell me, darling.
There you have it.
There you have it.
Right, go on to you, mate.
When you're on WhatsApp and you're sending an emoji back, okay? So in the video, I've asked you something, and you just want to give me like a thumbs up or a foaming out or a fist bump. Mm-hmm. What color are you using?
Listen, bruv. Whatever's available on my phone, default. The default rung when I click and hold it. If it's yellow, it's yellow. If it's brown, it's brown.
I've never seen a yellow one. You do the white one. Is that what you're doing?
No, I do the yellow or the brown.
Yes, yeah, I don't think it's the yellow one.
If you press and hold a message, it gives you the colors.
No, you're talking about reacting.
Oh, you're not talking about reacting?
No, 1 second.
But Gordon, you do realize that when you click the emoji color one time, it stays as that color forever.
Frequently used.
Yes.
So what color is yours?
Brown.
That's all I'm checking, man. Which shade of brown do you use?
I don't know. The one that's closest to my skin.
That's my point. So you do look at it and you think, I'm not going to have a Gouda one. I'm not going to have that really color one. I'm going to have the gubbly one. That gubbly.
Gubbly one.
Is that the one you go for?
I do.
Do you think it's important? Do you think it's important?
I didn't think it was, but I noticed Sanj does hers. And I was like, interesting. Okay.
Sanj also has a peacock.
What is a WhatsApp status? Yeah, because you both changed our status on the same day. I did the electricity one, and she did the peacock one.
Yeah. Okay. You make it sound like that. That makes sense.
That was coordinated on that day because we thought, who looks at this anyway? Let's just put it up and see what happens. No one ever picked up on it until someone like you had a look. And now look at it. It's come full circle. See? Full circle. All the loops have been closed today, people.
Just one of those episodes, isn't it? Yeah, so why is it important though? What is important?
Are we going down the cultural appropriation route? Shout out Cloud 9000. Are we going down that route?
We can go there if you want to go there.
I don't know, man. I think it's inclusive, Karan. Very inclusive to have different shades of color. But then you start thinking, what about people that have skin problems like vitiligo from drinking too much milk and eggs together? Milk and eggs, milk and fish, you know?
Or, mango and Coca-Cola.
Mango and Coke,
Can't be having that.
All those problems, yeah. Shout out to the old episodes. They haven't got ones that have different shades of colors mixed into their skin. So what about those guys?
Are you saying it's
I know I'm sounding like a real outrage fanatic here. So I noticed the error of my ways. I'm taking the piss. I genuinely don't care. So people, if you want to have the yellow emoji, cool. You want to have the color emoji, whatever, man. It is what it is. Whatever makes you happy. If the concept's introduced, though, I'm not gonna not use it. But equally,
Mm,
I'm not gonna go out there and petition for it either.
I agree. I
And
kind of
be
agree
like,
with
oh
that.
yeah, victory. Got one over iOS.
WhatsApp.
That being said,
WhatsApp.
when we got given a conda on the iOS emojis, I was like, oh yes, we made
We got
it.
a Kunda.
We made it. Yeah, there's a conda on there, man.
I don't think I've ever used Kunda. I
Have
might
a look.
start
Have a
using
look
it.
at it. Have a look at it. It's on there. It's on
Alright,
there.
let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Have a
You
look
know,
now,
I might just start using it now randomly.
I'm gonna look now.
What do I have to do? Type in Kunda.
Kunda.
Kunda
Okay,
doesn't
text
quite
message.
remember.
Go to text message. Go to
Text or real WhatsApp?
KHAN. There it is. Type in Kunda.
On WhatsApp.
No, on any emoji, like text message, whatever, it comes up.
But including WhatsApp, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't use iMessage, that's why.
Oh,
Let's have a look. So emojis.
look, there it is. There, I got it. Wait for it to
Yeah,
load.
you know I can't see it.
Wait, it's coming. Focus, camera. Focus. No, it's not focusing. For crying out loud.
Yeah,
Hello?
it's a purple Kunda.
Show
Purple,
it
isn't
to the
it?
screen. Show it to the screen.
purple.
I don't
It's
know why it's
purple.
not having it.
Is it purple with white Kunda?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite royal looking, you know?
See? We got a Kunda.
Purple is the color of the royal family, you know that, don't you?
Oh, piss off. It's also meant to be the color of the Koh-i-noor, isn't it?
Is it purple?
I don't know. I'm making it up.
I was just going to say, look at you. Look at you making connections, mate.
Let me check.
Koh-i-noor definitely is a purple, bro.
Koh-i-noor color.
Purple is the, you know when we're talking now on Riverside, the thing around the rectangle. Is it?
Yes.
purple.
Yes.
Seeing purple
It's
everywhere
black,
now.
actually.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. That's just absolutely made my day.
Spell Koh-i-noor.
Kohin.
Aha, got it. Koh-i-noor color. Diamond.
Just to be clear, not the restaurant Koh-i-noor.
Thanks, mate. Oh, it's not fully purple. It's got a little bit
Pink,
of,
isn't
it's
it?
on a purple
Pink.
crown, isn't it?
I thought it was pinky.
Kind of. Nah. I'm completely wrong. Don't worry. It's fine. It happens.
Happens quite a lot with you, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. Okay, purple, royal wear, whatever. All right, fine. Whatever makes you happy, mate. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you
That's
wanted
my
to
question.
ask.
That's all I want to ask.
Tell me your answer.
I'm very contented. I agree completely with what you said. I think it's good that we have it. And you're right. Now, because it's more frequently used, it's not like I look for the other ones. Before, I think there was a thing where you could go through the scale of color.
But that's the first time you ever use that color. That's when you think
Yeah.
about it. You're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Then
What
you
am
think,
I?
ooh, actually, let me try and match it to the right tinge of the one I've used before on a different.
But
one.
there are a couple of shades of brown.
There are.
Yeah. Like, do you think
There
we're the
are.
same shade of brown? Hold your fist up.
Oh, 20. Let's hit the table.
You look
Close.
Dunno.
Close.
Maybe I'm being confused because the light is on my thing.
Yeah,
I'm
you
looking
have yellow
really
lighting.
light.
I have white lighting. That's why. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, thank you, Indy.
You're very welcome. All right, fine. I've got to skip ahead because, you know, you're clearly not interested in progressing the conversation further, which is fine. It's always a great time.
Listen. I am very contented. All the questions I have now are baby-related questions. So that's it.
How fun. Next
How fun.
segment. Sat Sri Akal. Good evening, doctor. What is happening?
What's happening is it's coming towards the end of the year, and obviously you guys are listening to this at Christmas, and it's been a
Stop scratching your ass crack on
it's
camera.
on my
man.
lower
Have some
back,
shame.
so just calm yourself down.
Sure.
Okay.
Looks like your
Not my
ass crack,
let
but
me just
okay.
look hands-free. Okay,
Okay, big man.
back. And I was doing some progress pictures because we're doing it this time of year. I was sending some to Jamie. I happened to.
Oh, here we
I
go. Just
happened to-
taking my fucking what's happening.
Well, it is about me,
Nicking
isn't it?
it,
I
yeah,
mean,
okay.
go on. You go and introduce
I'm
it. Then
being
what's
lazy.
your-
I'm just going to take what
what's
Indy
your
was
take?
going to say and just make it
what's
my
your take? It's
own.
about
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Go on, what's your take? Like how you had to take.
Why are you sending me those pictures of yourself? This is what I don't understand. Why? You sent it to me and said Mazaya. I'm like, why have I got Mazaya? It's your Mazaya.
Yeah. But, okay. Look, I'll be honest with you. So progress pictures. I only sent to a select few people, right? I sent to my
Okay.
mama because he was massively into weightlifting and got me into weightlifting the first time. Obviously, me and Jamie talk about it because we're talking about our goals for next year and stuff. I sent to my dad to make him jealous because he's also at the same gym now. And, you know, I keep saying to him, like, he'll come home and dad will be like, oh, yeah, PB today. Dad is a different animal, man. Like, when you see him now, okay, Indy, I opened the fridge the other day, and the protein shakes and protein puddings, and I was like, "These aren't mine. Who's having these?" And I just see Dad casually just walking around after dinner having protein, and then he's just like, "Big man," just like bumping me out the way, and I was like, "Oh, all right, big man, all right, all right." And yeah, so he'll come back from gym, he's like, "Yeah, just PB'd, casual PB." I said, "Jamie, you need to push Dad harder, man. Like he just keeps coming on every day, like PB, PB." I was like, "What are you doing with him?" But he's on that bit of the gym bit where he's just every week he's not got to
Oh
that.
yeah, everything's
Yeah,
up.
he's not got to the diminishing returns plateau phase. So he's just having fun. He just thinks like it's easy or something. And I'm like, yeah. So right, I thought I'd send it to you because it's been a while, but we have exchanged pictures. You used to send me a lot of your back pictures. You're really into your back, as I remember.
I don't take the progress pictures anymore,
Yeah.
man. I'm in a bulking phase, so I'm happy with how things are
Yeah.
going. I mean, maybe like end of next year. I was clearing up program pictures
Right.
on my phone. I found a bunch I was taking during lockdown when I was attempting to bulk that just
You
had
more
nothing
dodgy,
happen over the
or you
course
just
of
skinny?
lockdown. I mean, nothing. Not
Skinny.
just skinny, but
Okay.
I just had nothing
That
improving
was one of the
at all.
pictures you sent me. Actually, it was in your kitchen, and you had your arms out like this from the back, and you're like, "It's all about back."
Interesting.
Yeah. It's before.
Yes, it is.
It's
It's
always
always
back.
about the
It's
back
before we
end.
went
Yeah.
to Lake District back then. It's October
There you
2020.
go.
So the thing about that particular picture was the other picture I took was the first ever picture, like way before I was training with Jamie, like before I got married and stuff.
When you were skinny.
Like Bangla days, man. That was Bangla days gone. And I'd never ever taken a picture in that bathroom because I don't use that bathroom anymore. But now that sometimes I sleep in another room and I use that bathroom now, I was like, okay, I'll take it here because he's been asking me to do it. And I happen to have my Christmas pajama on, which I don't know why you find so funny. I
Mate,
love
those look like, have people seen the episode of Friends?
Yes.
Where Joey
Yes.
walks in and
Yeah.
he's like, these are my
Giving pants.
Thanksgiving
Yes.
band, but it's really Phoebe's maternity band.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like you were wearing. That's why I see it and I'm thinking this is
Yes.
gold, absolute gold.
It does actually look like that.
In that and your little banana wife beater on. Okay.
The problem with the conventional banana is you can't expose the arms, right? And look, I'm. You've seen how much hair I've got. I'm not that guy who can go
so much. You have so much hair. I can't find your nipple.
You
That's
can't
how
what,
much
sorry?
hair you have. I can't find your nipple.
Okay, so
That's how
number
much hair
one,
you
why
have.
are you looking for my nipple? Number two, there's no milk in there. If you're just thinking there's nothing there, so I'm carrying it around. That's not the case. Number three. Now, some of the other produce pictures I showed you from before, not this one. For some reason, I'm getting more hair, which I can't understand. Like, I just
So I said the bicep growth is impressive. I said, but the hair growth is more
I don't
impressive.
understand. I don't know what's causing that. But yeah, it's been a good year, man. Been a good year with the gym. It's been tough, man. My back and my shoulders have traditionally been very strong, but chest and arms have been really tough for me. So we have shifted things a little bit, and that's paying dividends, which is good. And our goals for next year are heavily leg focused now. So yeah.
You can do all of
we
them
can,
at once.
but as in sometimes like I'm legs and you got like now there's a all right, this is a dedicated session now. Let's just do legs.
No. Just get in there and do it, man.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine.
When you get the momentum going of the first two exercises, everything flows.
That's true. And I found exercises I like now for legs as well. I'm just keeping it simple. It's a squat, it's a deadlift, and sometimes do a sledge push. That's it. Yeah.
Very good.
So that is what's happening,
Happy
man. And I'm just doing Christmassy type things. The tree is up, wrapping presents, doing Christmas gift bags for people, getting all that good stuff done. How about you? Why are you smiling? You got a naughty smile. You've got a naughty smile. See, I know it. Okay, that's special.
We're about to do a throwback right now, people. So, because of the timing of this episode, our episode with Haroon Rashid would have just come out last week. So, people, let us know your thoughts on that below. That'd be super helpful and really nice. Tell us your thoughts. I know the sound was bad. Soz, did my best. Moving the topic swiftly on, though, that evening we went to go and eat. Should we talk about the confrontation, Karen, that we had with that random uncle?
Yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, go on. What happened?
So we're sitting there. It's quite late in the evening. Not many people in the restaurant. Feels like we booked it out, and it was exclusive VIP access. Yeah, sit down, take a seat. I'm thinking this is Haroon Rashid, Asian Network Haroon Rashid. He is a known banda. Yeah. Some uncle comes walking up to us. I'm like, oh, he just wants to say hi to Haroon. I get it. What does he say to us, Karan?
Indian doctor. And I thought
was
this
like,
guy, he's
oh.
just pissed. And like, how does he know? I was like, I'll test him. अगर ਤੁਸੀਂ episode ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ? Yeah. Which one did you like? ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਜਾਤ ਪਾਤ ਬਾਰੇ. So he was referencing when we did seeking. And we sat down, we had some of the questions, and it was about is caste still important? Yeah.
Caste.
That's what he's referencing. I was like, oh, you actually do listen to our content. Well, that's great, man. I was sitting in Five Rivers, you're sitting with the owner. We've
You
got
saw
a
on
blue
TikTok,
tick
he
Haroon
said,
machine in front of us.
clip or something.
And you recognize us. I was like, Indy, we are made bande, man. Made bande. God. Then?
So this guy's funny, man. He's just sitting there rambling away, clearly drunk. I think his wife was like calling him back and he wouldn't listen. So he's then talking about it, and then he's saying, oh yeah.
Leave, let the boys have a good time.
And he's like, huh.
Manna bas, manna ek minute bas. My friend hai, friends.
And I'm sitting there like, this is really uncomfortable, but okay. So he then said, I understand your point about caste, but equally, caste is important. And I'm thinking, clearly the clip didn't resonate with you then at all, because that's not what we were getting at.
You do get those people though, innit?
But
like,
okay.
I agree with you in theory. But when it's my kids,
yes. No. That's what he was saying. Then he said something like, same way how it can only be.
Kids? That's what I said. What are you going to, that was it.
That's it. Yeah. Then you were asking something about what if they were to marry someone non-sick.
Didn't say that. I said, what would you, the question was, what are you going to be saying to your kids? That was how we left it. Yeah.
That's it.
And he went there.
There you go.
Go, Andy.
And what did he say, Karan?
You're the one who had the reaction.
I didn't have it. I'm not going to attempt this in Punjabi. It's just not going to go well. Right. He says something like, Sikh, yes. Musliman, no. And I'm thinking,
oh no. Oh,
what was
no,
and?
You went back with another one. You're like, Kala Thika? And they're like, nahi. No, he said Kala.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's funny. It was like, Musliman, no. Kala? Uncle Kala? And then I think he said, nahi, only Thika. And I was like, okay. There's something
okay.
Like, consistent. Yeah.
Then I thought, all right, you need to back down, big man, because we're here with a mate. This is uncomfortable now because you've said something about his faith that I don't agree with. He's our guest. Politely fuck off now. That's what I was thinking.
That's what's in Indy's head. Now, just to give context, so
that's the vibe I was giving him. I was getting a bit hostile. I was like, you need to move.
I'm here.
Standing over us.
So Haroon's back is to this person. Now I'm looking at Haroon's face, right? You obviously, Haroon's one of your very close friends.
No, Haroon's back isn't to him. My back's to him. You guys are looking up at him.
Oh, yeah. Haroon's next to me.
He's behind me.
Me and Haroon are next to each other. You're there. You're twisting. So I'm looking at Haroon. And I'm like, Haroon's like, he's all right. Like, he's not. He's not like you.
Yeah, but he has his presenter mode on. That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
he wants to ask questions. Like, he wants to go deep. He wants to be like, so why do you think like that? Where did that come from? What is your thought process? Like, he wants to go there, right? But Indy, Arjun Velli here. Arjun Velli Kera. Arjun Kera. What did you do? You got your rasa out. You got your axe out.
I basically said to him, you can't say this in front of our friend here. Like, he is. You can't say that. That's not right. So you need to take that back. And he said, oh, I didn't mean to offend anyone, etc., etc. And I was like, okay. I just said that, okay. Yeah. And then it went very quiet. Then he went quiet.
No, then he...
And then he said...
You know what he said? This is how Punjabi is, right? So he kind of fake apologized. Doesn't know what he's apologizing for. He's obviously had a drink. Then he goes, but मैं कोई गलत गल कही है. मैं गलत गल कही है. And he's looking at Haroon as if Haroon's going to be like... Yeah, man.
No, what you said is completely kosher.
Like, I would think the same. Like, I was like, bro, I don't understand what you want us to say here. Like, I got the gal. I was like, yes, that's exactly what we're saying. I got the gal.
Fucking hell. Then eventually his wife calls him back. He says, okay, sorry, bye.
Very nice to meet you.
And I said to Haroon,
gives a handshake or tried to handshake.
Yeah. And I said to Haroon, are you all right? He said, yeah, fine. I just really wanted to know. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I just genuinely wanted to know. He said, I deal with this all the time, but I just wanted to know. I was like, all right. I felt like it wasn't appropriate to say that in front of you, so I'm going to shut it down. He's like, I appreciate you doing that, but we didn't need to. I was like, all right, cheers.
I'm just going to put a little side note here for our editors when they make this into a reel. If you could use Arjun Velli from Animal and put it over Indy and give him an axe, that'd be so cool for this bit.
They will probably not do that.
I might actually jump in, have some editorial say so on this one. I'd love to see that.
Well, there you go. So that wasn't That wasn't pleasant,
Yeah.
but Uncle got what he deserved. And then the final point I had, I need to read my notes. What did I have? Oh, yeah. This guy here, people, please comment below and tell us, would you buy personalized A5 paper? Yes or no? Just
Wow,
please
no
drop us a
warning at
comment and
all.
tell us yes or no if you would buy personalized A5 paper from
Could be from any.
Fortnum and Mason.
It's not the only store is considering.
Not just any
No.
paper, has to be the highest quality paper.
Okay, number one, it's not necessarily Fortnum Mason. That's someone I was considering. I was also considering Smithson.
Can't even get the words out. You're so
Smithson,
embarrassed.
where I've got my other things from, which you've seen. You know what I'm about? Personalized wallet and the passport holder. Yes, sure.
Yes.
Now, as I get older, feel that one of the most personal things I can do is write somebody a thank you note or a letter or something personal. You know, not a text, not a message, not an email, not like written out, like proper handwritten in ink. And I know that because on your
Do you have a feather as well as you write it?
No,
and
not
describe
feather,
it?
but
Do you write it in calligraphy?
No, I have a Mont Blanc pen though. It's a very nice pen.
You're not helping
It's true. It's true.
yourself,
I like those things. I like those things. And like, look, if you watch The Office,
if I got you calligraphy classes,
I
would you be
very
happy? Interesting. I'll
I'm
bear
an
that
old
in
soul,
mind for
man.
the
Like
future.
I don't bear. You asked me why I like the royal family, and it's just like all these things, right? I'm just like, manu stamp chahida, manu aa chahida, manu seal chahida. Like I love these things, man. I think they're just very. I do have a seal. When I gave Jordan Peterson his letter, it was sealed like with a rubber stamp, like it was a red thing, and said "thank you" on there, "thank you for reading" or something. I don't know. I can't remember what I put on there, but it's all like wax sealed and everything. So, yeah. Like the thank you.
Man thought he was Dumbledore in Harry Potter.
That's it. I'm just transitioning now. As soon as I get Jitty Dari, I will be Professor Dumbledore.
That's it, boss.
The thank you card you've got on your notice board, you've kept it, haven't you?
Yes.
There's a reason. There
Yes,
is a
I
reason.
have.
Because you like the words I said. I gave.
Okay.
For Shindy's baby shower, everybody who attended each had a personalized, and it wasn't like, "Thank you for your gifts. Thank you. Bye bye." It was like a story, and I wrote something very personal. And I feel that is something that people will cherish and find the meaning in and be like, okay, he took time to actually write this. And in a world where we don't do this as much, like Christmas cards, I never used to be a Christmas card kind of guy. I don't send that many out, but the ones I send them to are really like important. So that's why personalized paper for me is an important thing. So yeah, I still maintain that I'm frugal.
Well, there you go. People comment below and tell us if you think Owen is frugal. That'd be really helpful.
Challenge.
I've given so many call to actions, but they're juicy ones for you guys to comment. Like, you got no reason.
Come and spend
no
3 days with me, and you can decide if I'm frugal or not frugal. Okay? Because the picture that Indy paints is that I'm not. But Karan is the advocate, the ambassador.
Yeah, but the picture you painted me isn't exactly flattering either.
Meal deals. Yeah, that's true. That's also very true. Spend 3 days with Indy, and you'll really appreciate how ducky he is. Okay?
I'm not ducky. I'm right.
Ducky.
I'm not ducky. I'm really fine.
La 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 la. Indyland. We do Indyland. That's Indyland.
You're all living in my world. We've been over this. Thank you for joining us on this journey in 2023. 2024 is going to be bigger, better, more content, more fun, more banter, more great guests, more time with this lovely co-host of mine. And we will see you in the new year. Have a great time. Have a lovely Christmas. Get lots of rest because there's a lot coming your way. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.